Stop reacting to everything. Stop reacting to everything. It's just as simple as that. Stop reacting to every fluctuation that you notice in your reality. Stop reacting to every negative thing that happens. Stop overreacting over every positive thing that happens. When good things happen to you, you shouldn't have like this crazy reaction. And I understand that, when something that you really wanted happens, you should feel excited about it because, it's something that you are excited for. So, yeah, you might get a little bit emotional, and that's normal. But you need to stop reacting to everything as if it's not normal for you. So, when things happen that we like, we need to try and remain calm as if this is the outcome that we already expected to happen. And then more things will happen for you that is aligned with the emotion that you're feeling in that current state if you believe it's normal for you. So the reason why so many people get ahead, or people that you even notice are like not really good people, like at all, they have no sense of what it actually means to embody the qualities or the traits of a good person, but on paper they appear and seem to be good, but you know that they're not, based on their morals, their values, the way they talk about other people, the way they spread rumors and lies and do things in order to basically get the upper hand of other people. And I'm saying this because there are so many people that I've experienced that are this type of person. And honestly, when it comes to getting what you want out of life, morality has no impact on it at all. Like, you could be a really bad person and those bad people will still get better than you. They will still get ahead of you. They will still get the things that, you're wondering why those things haven't happened for you as yet. Reason being because they don't believe that they don't deserve it. They don't allow other people to put ideas in their head that they don't deserve the things that they believe that they want. And that's literally the only difference between you and them, is that they believe they deserve it. They believe that they're supposed to have that prestigious job title. They're supposed to make a certain amount of money. They believe that about themselves, and you keep doubting yourself in that respect because you allow all the negativity, you allow criticism, you allow people's negativity and negative ideas and thoughts about you to get to you and to pull you down. And that's the biggest issue, because whatever is like filtered into your subconscious mind, and then you hold it there, you feel bad, you feel sad, you start getting emotional, you don't want to do the things that you used to do before. No, you've got to let things come at you. Yes, they'll hit you. Yes, you'll feel emotional, but it's just like a wave crashing. I think I said that in one of my other videos, but it literally is just a wave crashing. It's a storm passing. You do not need to go and, put an anchor to that wave. You do not need to hold it there. And in any event, it's not going to be held. It's going to pass, but your state of mind is still going to be in that kind of emotional dichotomy. It's going to be in that emotional environment, even when there's nothing wrong, because you're so used to being in those kinds of situations or being around those kinds of people. I saw a quote the other day, actually, that it was so funny because it said that, are you really anxious? Are you depressed? Do you have low self-esteem, anxiety, depression? Are those things actually true, or are you just surrounded by assholes? Most of the time, it's the latter. If you remove the latter part of what I just said out of your life, you will notice how all those other symptoms that you're labeling yourself as just seem to dissipate as well. Because remember, people that are negative and people that are always like, spewing negativity on everyone, every situation, everybody, always seeing the bad in the world, always seeing the bad in other people more than they're able to see the good in others. And the only time that they're able to see the good in other people is to compare you. So to show you how insignificant you are in comparison to someone else. So they'll compare you to someone else, bring your worth down by, praising somebody else that doesn't even care about them. That's how sick the society we live in is today, guys. People do this, parents do this to their children, family members do this to each other. they'll only actually say something positive when it means putting you down and picking someone else up, but never vice versa. Like, they'll never want to pick you up, or the times that they do pick you up or say good things to you, it's strategic. They're trying to benefit, they're trying to gain some kind of leverage from you to get something out of you most of the time. So you always have to remember that your experience of life is just based on your perception. It's based on what's going on inside your brain, what's going on inside your head, and what's going on inside your heart. So if you have a bad heart, if you're always envious about other people, you're not focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on what you want out of life and what you see for yourself. You're going to end up becoming a side character in someone else's story. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that, for me. I don't want that for anybody. Everyone should be the main character in their own story. And the only way that you get to be the main character in your own story is when you're a person that is focused on developing yourself, bettering yourself. And why do you need to be focused on bettering yourself and just evolving as a person? Because as a result of you bettering your mind, your body, your spirituality, your connection with God, and your heart posture, when you're following God, it's all about your heart posture. It has to be the right place. And if you're saying your heart's in the right place, you wouldn't feel the need to randomly put other people down just because you think you know better than them. No, even if you do know better, you would have to articulate, your knowledge in a way that it doesn't feel like it's hurting someone, that it doesn't feel like it's bringing them down, especially when it's with your family. And when I say this, I just want to preface and say that I don't necessarily mean this for relationships as well, because that's a whole different arena that you traverse. Because reason being is because when you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not married, also if you're a woman and you're not married and the person has not married you, you have to be a little bit aggressive with them. You have to push their buttons, and I would implore you to do that. Push their buttons. If you're feeling sad, if you're going through something, and you need someone, call them, reach out, see how they respond when you need them. See how these are all things you need to be keeping tab of and taking notes of, because one day you're going to be married to that person. Let's say you're going to have a family. They need to be able to come through. They need to be able to come through for you, for your family. Their mind has to be there in that respect. So I would say if you're a woman and you're in a relationship, you have to push the buttons of your significant other or the person that you're seeing, because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. However, if you are in a family and they are toxic, I don't mean do it there. No, you don't do that to your family, because they will literally, destroy your mental health, especially if you live with them. In that respect, the best thing to do is just ignore them and try and focus your mind and your energy and your attention on something else. Anything that's making you better. And if it's making you better, there is the potentiality that, it'll bring you money, or it'll bring you an opportunity, or people or circumstances that will allow you to leave the situation that you're in, or to improve yourself in some respect, to get a better mental, help better your mental health in some respects for the time being that you have to be around your family or whatever, because your environment does dictate the quality of the experiences that you have in life. If people are constantly hurting you, constantly putting you down and making you feel small, despite all of the good things you've done, they don't care about you. Despite them saying that they do not care about you. And you need to become aware of that. You have to become aware of that, because your mindset shouldn't be, I need to fight this person, I need to prove how correct I am. Your mindset should be, I need to better myself, I need to control my mind, I need to not react unnecessarily, I need to not be giving my energy away unnecessarily, because when your focus is taken down, when your energy is pulled by something, by some person fighting you or triggering you, your energy is going there, and then you're not going to be able to use it efficiently. You're not going to be able to use it to its most full effect and potential when you're giving it randomly to stupid, silly arguments and, fighting with people online or whatever it is. Like, don't give your mental space away like that, because it can be used to be put into things that are going to help you. And for example, if you're religious particularly, I wouldn't say that I'm religious. I would say I'm more on the spiritual side, not necessarily on the religious side, because I believe that my connection with God is very personal. And yes, I do seek wisdom from people that know more or like have studied a little bit more about God than I have. But I've also gotten a chance to study about God as well in university when I've done religion. So um, I do kind of know where these ideas and concepts came from and how they were put together and stuff like that based on actual research done by scholars. So in the Bible, Mark 11:24 says that whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that it is yours and it will be given to you. Right? It will be given to you. So it says believe that it is yours and then it will be given to you. It doesn't say, get the thing or get the thing that you want and then, feel the way. Okay, how do I describe this? Basically, it's trying to say that you shouldn't be waiting for something to come into your life in order for you to be happy, in order for you to feel confident, in order for you to believe in yourself. You have to do all of those things, believe in yourself, have confidence, be happy before those things come, with the understanding and knowing that it's already on its way. Not thinking yourself into anything. You just got to know it. Manifestation and just bringing things into your life and even prayer, it all stems within the concept and the idea of first believing. That's why you're praying about the thing, because you believe in it. But once you've prayed, you need to know that you need to have a knowing, not like, oh, it might come true, oh, it might happen, I think. No, because that cancels it out. Why does it cancel it out? Because it's showing God that you don't actually have faith in what you're asking Him for. You don't. Because if you're saying that, oh, well, why even pray about that? Like my other prayers, nothing has happened. It's all in your mindset. If you're the kind of person that walks around saying things like that, talking badly about God and all of that, how do you expect to see fruits in your life? How do you expect there to be fruitful things happening for you in your life? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you don't even believe that it can happen. And it doesn't matter how close proximity you are to negative people. They cannot impact your reality that heavily once you change your state of being in an internal respect, in an internal regard. When you change your emotional state and how you respond and react to things that were meant to trigger you, that were meant to pull you down into a lower vibrational state. How you react in those circumstances is showing yourself and showing God what you are a match for. So if you are responding to them, you're saying, yes, I'm a match for this, I'm a match for this chaos. I'm a match for this bitterness. I'm a match for this anger. I'm a match for this lack of self-control. Because if you cannot control your own mind, your own body, if you cannot control yourself to do the things that you say you're going to do, if you cannot control the way you react to people that, don't like you or have horrible things to say to you, if you cannot control your reaction, if you cannot control your mind and how you perceive things and want it to be and want to push your mind in the direction of good things, push your mind in the direction of seeing the good in things, of seeing the better side, the brighter side, the most good perspective out of the negativity that you're in. If you're not pushing your mind to that, you're allowing your mind to be where it's at, and you're allowing it to be in that state of despair and darkness that it's in. If you're not actively pursuing things that are taking it above and taking it higher. And that also means non-reaction, not giving your energy away mindlessly, or at least noticing when you are and immediately stopping and not, reigniting that fuel. Because a lot of us sometimes, we get so triggered when people tell us things and we want to speak our truth. But you do not need to speak your truth to someone, because they're not going to believe you. They are going to believe that their truth is the truth. And you, by responding to them, you're telling them that their truth is the truth. Because why do you need to defend yourself? Stay calm, relax, pray to God about it, and let Him do the rest. He will take you out of where you're at. He will, open the doorways that you need opened. He will even, rise you up in front of these people that are breaking you down. And those people will still not be able, they will still not be able to see your worth. They will still not be able to see your value or that God did good things for you. Why? Because that's their mindset, and it's not for God. It's not for, good things. It's not for high vibrational things. It's for low vibrational things. It's for things that, not ungodly things. It's for things that feed the ego. And if you're feeding the ego, that is a complete lack of. The ego is good when it's used to put belief in yourself. The ego is bad when you are arguing with someone and you want to push back and defend yourself. The ego is bad in that respect because it's making the other person feel as well like they are so important for you to be having that energetic exchange. You're also feeding their ego. You should not be feeding their ego. You should be feeding your own ego, okay? So stop reacting to everything. Relax. Take a breath, take a step back, go walk outside. Think about all the good things you've done in your life. Think about all the good people that you've attracted into your life. Think about all of the wisdom that you've accumulated in your life that those people may not even have. And reframe your perspective entirely and realize that who you are is what you're going to attract into your life. Who you are is the experiences you're going to have in life. Who you are is what you're going to see every day, every moment of the day. Remember to always be aware of that, because what's going on internally, what you're giving your energy away to as well, it's all going to keep you in some kind of state. And I did say that, morality doesn't have an impact on getting the things that you want in life. However, when you do bad things, you're going to be in a negative state. You're going to be in a low vibrational state. So you need to keep your actions on a higher plane of being in order to even have these things come in for you quicker, easier, more seamlessly, more unchaotically, when you live in a state of purity most of the time. And that's what we all should be striving for, to live in a state of purity in our hearts, because then you don't want to fight people. You wouldn't feel the need to. And I always find it so disturbing how people are so ready to fight someone, so ready to see that someone's doing something wrong, as if they don't have flaws, as if they're perfect people. Every time I want to judge people, I always look at myself and I'm like, well, you don't know why they're doing that, so I can't fully judge somebody if I don't fully understand their life or who they are or why they're doing the things they want to do. Yes, I can see it and be like, oh, this is wrong and I don't agree with it. But I cannot judge them and be like, this is a horrible human being, they deserve to die. No, absolutely not. Because then that same sentiment can go for me as well. People need to be able to show other people grace. And it all stems most prominently from being able to show yourself grace. And sometimes it's very hard to stay calm when you're going through the storm or whatever is happening. It's so hard to keep yourself, afloat, because you just want to rage. And for example, if you're like drowning or something and you start freaking out and you start being frantic, you're gonna drown even faster. But when you are calm and you are relaxed, most of the time the pressure of the water is gonna pick you up. You're gonna float, but you're not gonna be able to know to do that because you're freaking out. So you need to trust yourself. And I think the root of all things and all negative situations that we find ourselves in is to be able to calm ourselves down. Because when you're calm and you're in a state of neutrality, because there's things happening in our lives that are pulling us up, there are things happening in our lives that are pulling us down. Whenever I feel myself going down, I try to bring myself to the middle, be neutral, don't feel anything overtly positive, don't feel anything overtly negative, or don't try to put yourself in, like suddenly try and get yourself up, because that's what I used to do before. But you need to be able to stay in that spot of neutrality for however long it's lasting without going back down, because eventually you will go up again. You will have circumstances change in your favor. But how you behave in that spot where nothing is happening says so much about you, so much about your faith, and so much about your trust in yourself and in God as well. And God requires you to trust yourself because God helps those that help themselves. So, yeah, don't react to everything that is asking you to. Sometimes just acknowledge it and and just move on. Simply move on to the next thing. Go do something fun. Go do something exciting. Go put your mind in a better state of being. Go listen to music. Because you're going to block the things you want to come in. You're going to block the people that need to come in, the experiences. You're going to block so much of abundance and goodness that wants to come into your life because you have bad things happen to you. And then you just start hating God. You start hating the world. You start hating yourself as well. Why? Why are you letting somebody else who said that you're stupid or whatever insult somebody tells you that makes you feel like you're not good enough, why are you letting that put you down? That's their idea, their perception. You are allowed to have your own. You are allowed to laugh at what they say and hold the emotional state of who you actually are intact, regardless of anything, which I know is very, very difficult for most people to do, especially when they're, on the offense, when someone's attacking them and they don't know what to do because they know who they are and they want to protect their ego. But the strongest and admirable thing a person can do under those kinds of circumstances is literally nothing. Literally nothing, because you're not giving your energy away anywhere. It's staying here. It's staying with you. And then you're going to go on and do whatever you need to do and your life's going to be great. So, don't let things change your character. Don't let things change who you are, because the world and your mind is always going to want to pull you in all these directions. It's always going to want to conflate itself. It's always going to want to tell you that you are not who you say you are. So you can do all these positive affirmations and say that, I believe I'm a really strong person. I believe I'm a really smart, intelligent, kind, beautiful, handsome, maybe, likable, popular person. You can say all of those things and then something happens to you and then suddenly your mind is like, you're not good enough. Why do you think you're good enough? Why do you think you're smart enough? You really think you can do that? There's no way you can do that. Did you forget what, Joe said to you? That you're actually so stupid and dumb because you forgot your phone on the table. That is so silly. I'm just making an example because most of the time people will say those words and they just go straight into your subconscious, but over the most silly things, the things that I'm not saying they're insignificant, but they're just silly. Those are things that happen via natural human error, via natural human mistakes that we all make. Making one mistake, forgetting something, for example, it doesn't make you less intelligent. It doesn't make you stupid. But people will tell you that because that's what they believe about themselves, or they want to assert some kind of authority over you. So you believe that they have more intellect, more power, and that you should listen to them because you can't trust yourself. That's what they want. That's what the world wants. They want to take your power away and your self-trust away and put it elsewhere. So you're scattered. You have no focus, no direction, no alignment towards the path that you're walking. Always bring your energy back, center it, and direct it to where you want it to go. And I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day or afternoon or evening or night. Much love and take care of yourself. Bye.